And you know, eventually when the time is right, Drizzy Drake alone by himself is gonna have a one-on-one talk to y'all. When the time is right, I'll be back with another album, a one-on-one conversation with y'all that you need to hear.
You know, Drake dropped an album.
The city is pretty when it's dead, just like a flower.
Some sexy songs for you.
What colors the sea towers red tonight?
You know it's JEJE Vibe. JEJE Vibe, JEJE Vibe, JEJE Vibe. You know it's JEJE Vibe. JEJE Vibe, JEJE Vibe, JEJE Vibe. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to JEJE Vibe. The amazing queen with me.
Thank you, my love. We're matching.
Some JEJE Vibe intense. You guys would like to get your JEJE Vibe endorsements from the JEJE Vibe. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And drop a comment if you want to get one. Do a raffle for you guys to get one.
We can do that.
So, you know, Drake dropped an album. Some sexy songs for you. It's more like a collaboration album. Drake, Party Next Door. What do you think about the album?
On our last, one of our episodes on Drake Now, we mentioned it. What does Drake know about love?
Who's out there for me? Said it don't pay well to fall in love.
He's been that guy that, he has some good melodies back in the day.
Yeah.
I need the stars or something lining up.
Or maybe that was his ghostwriters. We never know.
You never know because he had a lot of ghostwriters.
But this new Drake album, what do we think about the album?
I think, in my own most honest opinion, Drake is back at his mama's basement.
No. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? He can just go back.
It might be a good thing for Drake to go relearn.
Yeah, it could be like nostalgia, like going back to mama's basement,
and start learning music all over again.
So I think you're coming from the angle that he sounds more like an up and coming art.
Especially when it comes to R&B now. What are we doing? You're busy rapping.
Fuck a red beef, I'm trying to get the party lit.
Like the melodies were no melody.
They were not.
They were no
and
melody.
not even just that. Lyrics too.
Trying to get the party lit for the bitches. Them Nike tights is hugging on that ass like they missed it.
The lyrics were like off, bro. Like, what are you talking
Way
about?
off.
Like, you're a grown man. Like,
And then not just that.
crazy.
The feature too. Terrible.
Like, we hardly see Party Next Door, who's supposed to be a collaborative art in this piece of art that you guys created. But it looks like we don't even know when.
How about stay in your house and party?
Party Next Door.
Why are we going to the next door for?
It's Party Next Door.
Shit.
That's his name.
When the real shit is happening in your house.
It's the Party Next Door. Party Next Door. This album was really mid. I'll say it's mid.
Really?
Yeah, it's mid.
I wouldn't say that because
I would say it's terrible.
it was hard to listen
It was
to.
hard. It was hard.
Too hard to listen to. I didn't even want to listen to it. And hey, we started from the big. You made me listen to it when I told you no.
Yeah.
But hey, I listened to it, and even from the beginning, it was just terrible.
There's nothing you can go back to and say, I want to listen to that again.
No.
I think that's sad. Like that's really sad for Drake album that you can go back to it and listen to it
Hey,
again.
for someone that has been in the past that have been, hey, the Drake with the melody wasn't bad at all in the past. So that shows that you probably hired ghostwriters for those melodies too.
Crazy. Like every Drake album, there's always one catchy song that everybody sings along to, but there was none in this album. Everybody's running around talking about "Give me a hug." Like,
I guess a grown man needs a hug.
oh my god!
Yeah, give me a hug, I miss you, hoes. Give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug.
What are you asking a hug for? Like, oh, I need to be loved.
What does Drake know about love?
I don't know what Drake is talking about in this album. I don't know what Drake was talking about, saying some sexy song for you. There is no track I can go back to and say.
He sounded like a high school boy.
It's crazy.
Still trying to learn about women.
What can I say? I miss you, girls. I'm stuck in my ways. Princess Gigi, pool, pin, luxury. I gotta come to the stage.
This Drake with the melodies is horrible. Like, I prefer Kendrick on the melodies right now.
I don't even know why Kendrick would say, I like Drake with the melodies. Really?
Because we're going back to the old Drake.
Yeah, going back to the old Drake too, I guess I can explain a bit further when it comes to Drake now. Drake has been shitty all right along in the beginning.
Oh my God.
But he was able to find his footing when the dirty South music started popping in.
Oh my God.
The dirty South.
Oh my God. You went to Atlanta.
Yep.
You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This the real nigga challenge.
So hey, the dirty South music started getting all rusty too. Hey, whereby we started having the one that rhymes with rap, the lazy ones. So you can see how Drake was now able to get his footing
Oh my God.
into that aspect of.
Oh my God. You're the colonizer. Oh. Colonizer. Went to Atlanta. Man, what you guys think about the Drake album? Some sexy song for who? Not for me, though.
When I was grading it, I started with a D. It went back to maybe a bit of a C plus, and then all of a sudden D minus, then F.
Oh my God. F. Whoa. That's a fatality. A failed album. Numbers are not bad.
Yeah, he'll get the numbers because, hey, people would want to go listen to it and be curious about it.
Facts.
But then again, you get the numbers with a what? A shitty album.
There's no track to go back and listen to. That's for me though. I don't know about you guys. So if you like the album, whatever you guys feel about the album, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Let us know what you guys think about the Drake. Some sexy songs. For who? See you guys in the next one.
Bye bye.
JEJE Vibe, Yo, feel the vibe.
I'm feeling it.
You know it's JEJE Vibe.
Oh, JEJE.
Yo, feel the vibe.
I'm feeling it.
JEJE Vibe.
It's JEJE Vibe.
Drake just dropped his new album, Sexy Songs for You, and the internet is not feeling it. But the real question is, what does Kendrick Lamar think? Kendrick is fresh off one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows in years, while Drake is out here fighting his label and dropping an album nobody asked for. Fans are split, some saying it's classic, others are already saying this is Drake's worst project. Sources close to Kendrick have stated he found it predictable Drake would venture to this lane rather than rap, which if true, could start some fresh beef again. But the album itself isn't even the biggest issue. Drake's public perception has completely collapsed, and his recent behavior has made things significantly worse. His ongoing feud with Kendrick Lamar, his strange and controversial attacks on Universal Music Group, and his embarrassing Super Bowl moment have all combined to create a storm of negativity around him. Drake is at a crossroads. His new album is facing low expectations. His beef with UMG has cost him valuable industry support, and his feud with Kendrick Lamar has exposed weaknesses in his public image. What do you think? Is this Drake's biggest L?
Some Sexy Songs for You was not a good album. Like, I'm sorry, but it wasn't a good album, y'all. Like, I will say the second half of the album was much better than the first half, but I was struggling to listen to the first half of that album. Like, it was hurting me. And I love Drake, but I miss old Drake. I need Aubrey to get back in his bag, because whatever the fuck that shit was, it didn't give for me. And I wanted to hear Party Next Door more. Like, I feel like he didn't have enough shine on the...
As I've continued to listen to this album over the last few weeks or so, I think that there's one comparison that keeps coming to mind for me and how I feel about this album, and it's that this album is a pretty girl with bad breath. If you know anything about me, then you know I've been asking for a Drake R&B album for years now at this point. Like, literally since like 2020, I've been saying I want a Drake R&B album, and we finally get that. And there's some of the stuff on here that is like exactly what I've been looking for, exactly what I've wanted this entire time. But then there's like a third or maybe even like a quarter of the album that I just like will not listen to, just like will flat out skip. Not even like, oh, it's just I just will not listen to it. Then there are songs on here like Die Trying, which is my favorite song on the album and is probably going to be one of my favorite songs of the year. Like, at the end of the year, I expect that song to be at the top of my most listened to songs. So that's why I say this album's like a pretty girl with bad breath. You know, you see her, she looks good, and then you get a little close to her, start talking to her, and you're like, oh, her breast's kind of off. Then the next day you talk to her again and you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe she's just like eating this one specific thing for breakfast that's making her breast smell bad. Then you talk to her the third day and then you realize, okay, at this point, this is just who you are. You just have bad breath. So you keep a respectful distance. You know, you can look at her and still be like, okay, yeah, she's pretty, but at the end of the day, you don't want to get too close because sometimes that breath is kicking.
SSS by Drake and P&D. So hear me out, okay? I gave it a good
No way,
review.
man. There's no way.
I gave it a good review. And the whole rebuttal with this album was that I think that they played it safe with it. I think that you knew what you were going to get.
Bro, I still remember, bro, in the review you said that their performance was acceptable. Like, are those the standards we're holding them to?
But
like,
I think for the...
Wait, do you go into an album and think, oh, if the performance is acceptable, I'll be happy. If it's passable, I'm going to take it.
For example, let me talk to them. Okay, so example, songs like CN Tower, Mothballs, Deeper. These are songs that I'm revisiting, and honestly, like, they feel close to home for both of them at where they're at in their career right now. I'm not a big fan of PND4. I'm okay with the Honestly Nevermind vocals. I know you don't fuck with them, so I get why you weren't a fan of the album.
Flavorless.
But I'm honestly, I'm going back to this album.
It's a really bad take, bro. To me, it's getting worse with each listen. Like, I'm not connecting.
Take off the glasses, bro.
I sent you an email. Who's calling my phone? Who's calling my phone? Baby girl, baby girl. Yo necesito hablar contigo. Dame teléfono número. Madre and padre loves me. Your boyfriend's weak as fuck. Your friends tell me everything about you, and I can't save you. I don't have time to be married. I'm such a busy man. I hate that girl, cause she still loves her ex. But it's okay, I'm a famous guy. I have so much money to throw in this club with this very low ceiling. Y'all should probably get that fixed. 21 Savage is my only friend. Joe Budden sucks dick. And every stripper in this club, come give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a fucking hug.
Alright guys, listen. Last night I listened to Drake's new album, and this is coming from a former Drake fan, right? Like, I'm not somebody that has always hated Drake. Especially, 2011, 2012, 2009, like that whole era of Drake, really up until, what can I say? Up until More Life, really, I think that's when we really started getting mid-Drake projects. But this project is horrible. This project is trash.
Drake, you gotta stop. It's just not there anymore. I gave this album a full listen, and I even listened to some tracks twice. I thought Gimme a Hug was hard, I liked that track. I think it was Greedy. I like that shit. The issue at this point, I'm telling you, it's not Drake's talent. It's just like with the Irish freestyle that he put out, the LeBron diss, the one where he was crying in front of the fireplace. This dude has not lost his ability to rap. He's never going to lose his ability to rap. But you can hear it in his voice. You can hear it in about 18 of those 21 songs on this album. That man is broken, like he is not the same mentally after everything that went on with the beef. And a lot of it has to do with the way he processed everything. This is why people kept saying you just need to take the L and move on, because his spirit is trapped in that feeling. It's trapped in this idea of, I gotta do something to win the people back. I gotta do something to prove that I'm still the guy. And that insecurity, that fear is coming out in the music. Guys, look, music is energy, all right? The way the artist is truly feeling, if they pour that into their music, you're gonna hear it. He's clearly scared to stand on his own 2 feet right now. And you don't work well with Party Next Door. Just like a lot of us predicted, this collab was not going to be as smooth as you tried to promote it. What it felt like for me as a listener was like, it felt like Party was just trying to sing on an album or, perform, do whatever. And it just felt like Drake was only confident, like, if Party brought that out of him. I don't really know if a solo album is something that people really want. I don't know if that's something he really wants to do.